to Korostyshiv, and we're gonna get off at the station Zhytomyrska and go on a bus over there. So hopefully we'll make it on time. Well, we'll see. We'll see what happens.
I think we will leave when the bus will be full of people, but it's empty now.
That people really don't like to stay in line, sort of, you know, maybe leave the line or like leave their seat in this case, and then tell people, oh, like, can you watch my seat? Can you watch my seat? Maybe make sure nobody comes. And everybody does that. Everybody is like prevalent in the society, and somebody can go away. Everybody's stuck with trying to, like, you know, prevent other people from taking that seat, taking that spot. It's part of this culture, I guess. It's part of this, like, oh, like, can you watch this for me? Can you do this for me? Can you do this for me? And everybody feels obliged to do something for each other.
Asked about the last marsrutka, and the driver told me that go from Zhytomyr at 9 o'clock.
Another thing about this place is that it's about an hour west of Kiev, so it's relatively far, and it's closer to Zhytomyr. It's about maybe 30 minutes away from it, really, by car. What did they tell you?
I think maybe it's forbidden to make photo here, but
She's being annoying.
yes, I want to make photo for myself.
It's a Ukrainian thing. People are suspicious of...
She was mad at me that I take photo of this приlavок, but I told her that I making photo for myself, and we don't have this приlavки in Kiev with this bread.
And she's like, no, it's a bad thing to do, right?
No, she's like, okay, maybe I can give you some advice or something, and she became so kind to me.
Interesting. We start filming, and right away some woman that's bitter about her life, she will always start asking, why are you filming? Why are you filming? You can't film. And it really is a Russian/Ukrainian phenomenon. People have this camera phobia. They're scared of cameras. It's just, I don't understand why that is. I was watching a blogger who went to Brighton Beach in New York, which is a Russian enclave essentially in New York City. And he went into the store that was Russian, and he started filming in it. And the funny thing is, the guy told him not to film, and then he was really rude about it. And he made the analogy that, oh, if I came into your house and I started filming, you wouldn't like that, would you? But like, that is such an asinine statement. Wherever in public you can walk, essentially, you have the right to film. If you're on a street, if you're walking into like a little yard that's publicly accessible, you should not have to explain yourself to anybody. It's like, but in Ukraine, I understand the kind of reason why that is. I think I know why that is because people are like secretly really embarrassed of their country. Think that automatically you're talking crap about them, where they live. See, like right here, it's like it's a nice hole in the ground, but it's covered with some ground up rock. Like, you know, I don't really mind. Anyway, behind me is like a set of sculptures made out of, I don't know what. They're made out of tires. You have a swan and ladybugs made out of rocks. The coolest thing I've ever seen about Korostyshiv, or any town in general, is a abandoned, but a functioning probably, well, right in front of a 5-story building. I guess this is like one of these attractions, tourist attractions that nobody will talk about in Korostyshiv is this well.
Tell something.
This is the longest park in all of Korostyshiv. It's a famous sculpture of pigeons. And this long park over here, I think it's quite long. I think it must be dedicated to World War II veterans.
And it's
We'll have to walk all the way to the end to find out what's out there.
То вона тобі предложила дати, чи ти?
What is definitely really interesting that the more west you go, it seems like these areas suffered a lot during World War II because of these giant monuments, giant squares named after people, the soldiers that fought here. Because when we went to Korostyshiv, when we went to Korostyshiv, also quite, not too far from Kiev, about like 70 kilometers away or so, but they weren't really known, I guess, and didn't really play an active role, or maybe they just didn't think it was a good idea to build any massive memorials to World War II veterans. However, in Korostyshiv, that's not the case. It's like your makeshift baseball cap. Well, over there's a monument for people who participated in 1905 revolution. So I'm not too sure what kind of revolution was here in 1905, but apparently there was a revolution of some sort.
Wow, you see this house? It's like Holland house.
What kind of house?
Holland.
Holland?
Hollandski. Why Dutch?
It's like Germany and Deutschland.
I have to make photo of tulips.
Two guys trying to fight with each other. What are they fighting over? The sculptures in a park actually pleasantly surprised me. It was pretty cool. You could see like faces of people like carved out of the stone, random boulders, I guess out of granite all over the place. The fact that this place is like the center of granite and the center of rocks, I suppose, kind of like it's prevalent in the city. This whole idea of rocks and sculptures, which is pretty cool. I guess this is another thing that may be worth to see if you're in the area. Behind us was the river Teteriv. It's a very beautiful little river, and it goes right through the middle of Korostyshiv, a little town of maybe 20,000 people, maybe 30,000 people live here. It's not a very big town. And we're going to go to the famous quarry, because they have this really famous quarry that everybody loves to go to and take pictures of.
See this balcony? It's so cozy here. I want that balcony too. And this garden with spring trees.
We're in this village, part of Korostyshiv, which is called Zaricha, and it's a very small settlement. I don't think there's like any more than a few dozen houses here. We are sort of going to make our way across this village to cross the street, the main street, and then that's going to take us right to the canyon.
So we're going to the canyon.
Ukrainian ice cream is very interesting. It consists of this strange vanilla-like white ice cream. It's not really vanilla, but it's always white, and it's called plombir. I don't know. It has this white texture. It doesn't have any. It's not really that sweet. It's like kind of regular, kind of milky tasting. Kharashatik. It's chocolate and maybe some peanuts on top, sprinkled on top, which is really cool. Looks really cool. Check this out. Awesome. So apparently the quarry was one point, there were like trucks everywhere. This is a giant industrial area, and now it's been flooded for quite a long time. And as far as I know, Zhytomyr is quite a popular place when it comes to mining. There's a lot of natural resources. They mine lots of stuff like granite, different kinds of rock, different kinds of I don't know, different kinds of materials, but mostly rock of some sort. It looks really cool, but I don't think you can swim in the water because it's quite poisonous. There's lots of chemicals here that they put up since then. It looks to me like a quarry that was probably flooded some time ago, and this is essentially the only main tourist attraction at this place. I like how out around this lake the rock formations are different. Like over there you have like these giant rocks and then these cliffs that get up progressively bigger on that side, and then over here it looks a bit more like a swamp, but still you can see like cliffs are quite tall. Yeah, I wish we had that in Kiev.
You filmed the snake? You filmed the snake?
Jim the snake?
You
I saw a girl with high heels and makeup, and I was just completely shocked. Why would you walk around in a place like this?
with red lipstick?
No, I don't know if she had like makeup, and she had high heels. Like, I don't understand. Why would you, and a dress? Why would you go here with a dress?
Because it's beautiful place to make photo here.
The quarry, past and present, is quite visible here. You see lots of stones strewn about, these big blocks of stone everywhere. So we are at the next canyon, the second one here in Korostyshiv, and it's quite a trek. It's like about 23 minutes between them if you were walking. If you're driving, maybe like 5 minutes. It's not so bad, but it's definitely worth to check them out, to compare them. Was it worth it? I don't know. You tell me. I think it's worth it. The cliffs are crazy huge. The lake is really small, but the cliffs are big. And they kind of make you feel like it's a mini Grand Canyon over here. Well, what kind of conclusion can I make? I think Korostyshiv is a great place if you like nature. For everything else, I think it kind of comes up short. So I was looking for a nice place to eat on TripAdvisor or Google Maps, and I really couldn't find anything decent. I mean, everything was either a banquet type restaurant or like a coffee kiosk that's like manned by one person, and that was essentially it. That's what I've seen from Google Maps. And even TripAdvisor has only like 2 restaurants that they recommend, and they don't even have good reviews. So we ended up going home instead of trying out the dining scene over at Korostyshiv and trying out what they had to offer. Well, Korostyshiv is a pretty small town of 25,000 people, and it's a peripheral town, just like any other provincial town. It doesn't have much in terms of attractions, in terms of landmarks, aside from the actual square that we went on, this town square, and the memorial of the World War II memorial that we've seen. To top it off, it's a bit of a depressing town because it has all these those advertisements for tombstones and gravestones. So it's due to the fact that it's a mining town. It's a quarry town that has a lot of these stones, all these granite stones, blocks everywhere. You can see like every other truck driving, carrying granite. So it's like a town like that, and basically that's what you get. So if you're in the area, should you avoid Korostyshiv? Should you consider it, or should you come on down and enjoy it? Well, I would say you should avoid it personally, but now that I think about it, I think you should definitely consider it if you're a nature guy and if you like nature, you like exploring all these quarries around here. Definitely a place so you can go and enjoy like a picnic or something like that. So that's it for the video. video. Let me know what you think in the comments below. And until next time, guys.